Good evening, everyone. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher, coming to you tonight with the breaking news of today, of Houston, Texas, of the South, of the United States of America. Um, a lot of things have been in the news, including the Takeoff shooting and also the Shanquella Robinson murder. And today, after a little bit over three weeks, well, actually, almost a month. Uh, the Houston police did their second press conference, and today said that there was not one but two people arrested in the Takeoff shooting. Now, one of those was Lil Cam, Fifth Ward, who is his legal name is Cameron Joshua, who has been hinted at for the last month as being a shooter. He was identified in the video by his yellow hoodie, and also, some have said he was murdered, but he was not because he was actually tweeting on Twitter. And then the post kind of like stopped. And then a few days ago, well, over last weekend, we were notified that he was arrested. And then yesterday, no, not yesterday. I think it was Wednesday, or it might have been Tuesday. He had his first appearance in court, which is going to be reset until next Wednesday, actually. But today, I was in my class. Today was grades day, so it was kind of hectic. And I have my phone on silent, and I also take attendance on it too. And all of a sudden, I get a little thing that goes across my phone that says breaking news. It says the Houston Police Department is going to do a press conference at 2 p.m., Central Standard Time, and to give an update in the Takeoff shooting or the Takeoff murder. And I was like, so they're finally going to admit that Lil Cam did it. Now, when I looked at the article that was associated with it, it said that they had two suspects. And I was like, two? Who could be the two? Because, one is Lil Cam. Like, who was the other one? Is it Jay Prince Jr.? Like, is it somebody else? Is it the person of interest? Migos bands? Oh, no. It's some totally other dude that I don't even remember nobody mentioning. I'm looking at him like, who is he? Harper, who is this man? Okay, who is this ninja? I got so many questions. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, oh dear, aka Vita V. Hey, the respective angle show. So what we're gonna do now, while we get more and more people who come in, we're gonna start off with the press conference, and I'm also gonna give commentary as well. And just to let you know, this video is protected by Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Okay, I will not go over all of the press conference, but I will put the link so that you can watch it later on without my commentary. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Mayor, thank you for the support. Afternoon, everyone. Chief Fenner here with Mayor. Mayor, thank you for the support. We're here to announce an arrest, but before I do that, I always start with that human element. I spoke to Takeoff's mother early this morning, and my prayers, and I ask that all our prayers continue to go out to her and his entire family, his close friends, the city of Atlanta, and all of Takeoff's fans around the world. We lost a good man, and I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, but everybody, the hundreds of people that I talked to, spoke on what a great individual he was. We have a special relationship with the city of Atlanta. I want to make sure that stays intact. I want to thank them, the family, and everybody else for patience, allowing us to work through the evidence and the facts, which is most important. I also want to thank our investigators. Here today, Sergeant Michael Barrow, Lieutenant Barnes, Investigator Ross Watson, and also from the DA's office, Ruben Perez and Matt Gilliam, who's worked very hard on this case. All of our individuals, our divisions, our homicide division, thank you. People don't know the hard work that they do behind the scenes, the number of hours that they're away from their family members. So also the gang division, our federal partners, FBI, state partner DPS, and ATF. Everybody took a role in this investigation. We stood here a little bit, I think a month ago, maybe a day or two, and made a promise that we would get the individuals or the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody. So yesterday evening.
Okay. I'm going to say something to this because I've been very frustrated. And yes, I do have bias because I live in Houston, Texas. I'm a native Texan. I was born and raised here. And I've been here most of my life with the exception of a couple years in New York. So when I saw other content creators saying things like, oh, the mayor's in cahoots with Jay Prince Jr. Oh, they have a relationship, so like justice wasn't going to be served. The city of Houston, the police chief, they're corrupt. Oh, what is taking them so long? Y'all know who was all at the party. What is taking y'all so long? Guess what? 30 days. 30 days. And as this man has mentioned, police chief Fenner has said, look at all those names he named and all those different departments and also those federal agencies that help. It was the homicide division, okay? It was the gang unit, okay? The FBI, okay? Also, he mentioned, hey, he has been talking to, as well as the mayor, been talking to law enforcement and people and the government in Atlanta because they're trying to keep the peace. They don't want anyone from Atlanta coming back to Houston and wanting to retaliate. Plus, there probably been some other people who are from Atlanta who was at that party. So those agencies need to talk to each other and have cooperation. Plus, you want to make sure that you get the person that is responsible for this crime, that you dotted every I, cross every T, so that they can get a conviction. You don't want there to be something where there's a mistrial or somehow their lawyer can able to get them the charges dropped. You want to make sure it sticks. Okay? All right. And I saw a lot of cliquish, clout chasing, and clickbaiting titles about things that was just really embellished and sometimes in some cases untrue.
We arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old. He was charged with the murder of Takeoff. Brown was arrested again yesterday evening in the 14700 block of Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas. I'm sorry, of Houston. Again, Cameron Joshua, 22 years old, was arrested on November the 22nd for felon in possession of a weapon. I'm going to turn it over to the mayor right now, and after that, we're going to bring up the investigators and then the district attorney's office, and then Commander Garcia will translate for us in Spanish. Thank you.
Did he say the man's last name was Brown? But the paper say Clark. And I saw Mayor Turner when he was saying Brown, he looked at the cardboard like, wait, they don't say Brown on it. Okay, maybe should. I'm not sure he's the right one. I'm like, hey, Holmes, Eric, I'm glad you're here. Hey, respect me. I'm like, let's hear what the mayor got to say.
Thank you, Chief. And look, let me thank your entire team and all of your law enforcement partners that have been working on this case. Let me thank the prosecutors from the DA's office. I really appreciate their presence and their work, and I've certainly realized that the work even continues in this case. I do want to point out the fact that over the last month, I've had several conversations with the mayor of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens, kind of keeping him advised of this investigation and what was taking place, and talked with him as late as yesterday evening to apprise him of what would be taking place today. Look, it was about a month ago when we stood here as a team to discuss the shooting death of Kirshner Kyrie Ball. Public knew him as Takeoff. We all knew him as Takeoff, a talented entertainer and part of the Atlanta-based group, the Migos. I do also want to acknowledge Councilmember Edward Pollard, who is with us this afternoon. But more than an entertainer, he was a son, a brother, cousin, and a friend, and a mentor to those in the music industry. At that time, we also asked witnesses to help police identify Takeoff's killer and prevent more violence from happening in retaliation. I am glad that a suspect has been arrested and charged with Takeoff's death. It certainly, I think, will bring some comfort to the family, though it does not bring Takeoff back. This is a significant step towards seeking justice, and I hope it also brings additional comfort to all of those who love Takeoff. Over the past few weeks, Chief Fenn and I were asked often about the status of the investigation. The chief kept me informed about the information that had been received, the evidence that has been collected, including the video that was being reviewed. I want to express my regrets and disappointment that this was a case of a young man taking the life of another young man for no reason. The gun violence everywhere, not just in the city of Houston, has to stop. People are dying for little or no reason, and people are reaching for a deadly firearm to settle sometimes minor disagreements. But pulling a firearm can have deadly consequences that you cannot undo. And so,
and I want to speak to that part. Here in Texas, I believe it's 2020, summer of 2021. Our governor Abbott, I didn't vote for him, y'all. I didn't. He was reelected. Signed a bill that allows anyone 21 years of age and up to carry a handgun without a permit, as long as you do not have a felony. Okay. In the state of Texas, if you're 18 years old, you actually can also own a shotgun. That's been the law since even before the handgun. And unfortunately, Uvalde had a shooter who legally obtained a gun, and two guns actually, two shotguns, and shot up an elementary school. There was a previous Little Bootsy concert. There was a dice game afterwards where Duke the Jeweler was killed by a handgun. There have been also other handgun shootings here in the Houston area, as well as the state and other places as well. Okay. We just had the Walmart shooting, the shooting in Colorado. Okay. The shooting at the school. The school called his parents, said, hey, come get him. They're like, oh no, we'll let him stay there. And he had access to their gun and went in and shoot his classmates. There was even a shooting in, I think, the Dallas area. Okay. But what he said about now, it was an argument, a dice game, and someone who wasn't even involved in an altercation lost their life. So, like Betty Yellick says, justice is served, rest in peace, Takeoff. Boy wants my attention, y'all. Okay, let's finish.
I'm glad that arrest has taken place, that we do have someone in custody. It is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because it does not bring Takeoff back. But to Chief Fenner, to you, to your command staff, to the investigators, to the DA's office, to all the partners who helped to those who provided tips, information. Let me thank you, and then look forward to this investigation and prosecution continuing on this matter. Thank you, Chief.
Let me step up and make a quick correction on the name. I had a misprint on my notes. It's Patrick Xavier Clark, 33 years old. The rest of the suspect. Okay, come on, Sarge.
Good afternoon. Sergeant Michael Burrow with the Homicide Division. The chief was very gracious in recognizing a lot of the partners that we were involved with in this case. I did want to recognize a couple of other people that or organizations that helped a lot with the investigation. The Houston Forensic Science Center, our lab rats, so to speak, the people that do our forensic analysis.
I know where that place
behind the scenes a lot. They don't get a lot of recognition, and they helped us answer a lot of important questions in this case when others would not. That includes our firearms section, our latent print section, and our crime scene unit. Quick note, just I know there's going to be a lot of questions about the investigation. The investigation is still ongoing. We still have a lot of people that we're trying to locate and talk to, so we will be a little bit short on details here. We probably will not be able to answer all of your questions. But I can tell you, to confirm some of the speculations out there, the event was a private party. There was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was an argument that happened afterwards outside the bowling alley, which led to the shooting. I can tell you that Takeoff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed. He was an innocent bystander. Some important case factors. The chief was mentioning some of the timing here. I mean, we've boiled it down to over 30 people that were standing outside. We have an exact number, but we're not going to put that out. When the shooting happened, literally every single one of those people left the scene without giving a statement to police. We found a few of them that night. We found others since then, but it's
okay. Let's go back to what he just said, because everyone kept saying, y'all have a list of the people there. What is taking y'all so long to find those people? Okay, let's go back to what he just said.
The timing here. I mean, we've boiled it down to over 30 people that were standing outside. We have an exact number, but we're not going to put that out. When the shooting happened, literally every single one of those people left the scene without giving a statement to police. We found a few of them that night. We found others since then, but it's important that those people come forward, and we're still looking to talk to a lot of those people, and we will be looking to find you. It will be easier if you come find us. It'll be easier for you. It'll be easier for us as well. Essentially we had to rely on a large volume of video surveillance evidence that came in, and cell phone videos and audio, things that surfaced over time in some cases that weren't available immediately. We had to sift through all of that and use physical evidence and use shooting reconstruction and confirm a lot of our ballistic evidence, what weapons were involved, things of that nature. And through that, we were able to deduce that Patrick Clark is the lethal shooter in the case. That's why.
Okay, did y'all hear that? To the people who were like, what is taking y'all so long? Oh, the police chief, he's corrupt. Oh, the mayor is corrupt. They were they was doing their job. They was doing their job. Like the man said, there's like 30 people who were standing outside. They were able to get some of their names after the event. Then later on, guess what? They still looking for some people.
Why he's being charged with murder.
Thank you, Sarge. At the DA's office.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Ruben Perez, and I'm a Bureau Chief of the Special Crimes Bureau. My bureau was in charge of this investigation at the DA's office. I want to thank the prosecutors in my bureau for working extremely hard, and I really want to thank the HPD organization for all the work and the collaborative effort they put into this case along with the DA's office. And I also want to thank our federal partners for their help and I want to thank everybody who was involved in this case. I want to echo what the mayor said. I want to echo what Chief Fender said, and I want to echo what the investigator said, that it took a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of patience, but we arrested this defendant. We look forward to prosecuting this case, and I want to send our sympathies to the family, and we look forward to prosecuting this case, and we'll see everybody in court. Thank you.
Y'all heard what Mr. Perez said? He said, I'll see you in court. I'll see you in court. All right, Mr. Perez.
Muy buenas tardes. A nombre del jefe de la policía.
Is there anyone in the chat who needs the Spanish translation of this? If there is, I will put the link in the chat. You can go and watch this part. This is at the 10-minute, 11-minute mark of the Spanish translation, okay? All right. So here's the full press conference. I'm glad there is a Spanish translation, because that is the second most common language spoken in Houston and also Texas. And actually, the third most common language, I don't know if y'all know, is actually Vietnamese. We have a very big, significant population. When I lived in New York, there were places that had like a list of languages, you know, that could be spoken or translated if someone needed it. Okay. So just letting y'all know. Let's go. Oh, okay. So here is
Questions?
this is quite.
He was there on the scene, and he was in possession of a weapon. He's a felon. Okay.
So does Mr. Clark lose?
So the question they asked, which was hard to hear, the person said, "How is Lil Cam connected to the murderer?" And so he's saying, well, Lil Cam was on the scene. He had an unlawful weapon, and he's a felon. So this automatically it's illegal, you know, for him to be there and have that.
Dice game, or was that like a motive of this?
We're still investigating that, and we're not able to discuss it right now. Just the dice games.
Could
Thank
you
you.
go into more specifics about how you actually connected Mr. Clark with either the gun or bullet or whatever?
Yeah, not today. As the time comes, we will. All right.
Was it Joshua's gun that was used in this crime? Either the gun or bullet or whatever. So does Mr. Clark lose the dice game, or was that like a motive of this?
We're still investigating that, and we're not able to discuss it right now. Just the dice games.
Could
Thank
you go
you.
into more specifics about how you actually connected Mr. Clark with either the gun or bullet or whatever?
Yeah, not today. As the time comes, we will. All right.
There was another question they asked was, did Mr. Clark, Xavier Patrick Clark, lose the dice game? Is that why he started shooting? And he said, as right now, they don't know. They're still investigating. So I think, and then the next question was, how did they connect, I guess, like Lil Cam to Patrick Clark? And I guess from the video to Patrick Clark. And he's like, I can't talk about it right now because they're still investigating it. Because remember, they're the homicide gang and the federal people, and then now the DA, they're all special crimes unit. They're all investigating because, you know, you have to be a cause of why this is happening. So and I think some of you probably like, oh, why can't they tell us? Well, he's going to mention in a minute why.
Was it Joshua's gun that was used in this crime?
We're not going to discuss that right now. It's still active in investigation. We told you, and
so they asked, was Cameron Joshua's gun used, I guess, to shoot Takeoff? Because they're saying Patrick Clark is the one who made the lethal shot, but they're wanting, because remember, Takeoff was shot twice. So I guess they're asking is like, who did Cameron Joshua shoot while he was there? Did he shoot Takeoff? Did he shoot someone else? And so
just not a whole lot of details. The main thing right now, he's in custody. He's arrested and he's charged for this murder. Still some work to be done on it, but we're not going to go in any farther than we've already went on the investigation.
Chief, you guys have often talked about the fact that in this case too, there were so many people on scene. They don't come forward, they leave, and you guys had to sort of work backwards. Were there any witnesses who were helpful, or did you basically have to construct all of this from the?
I can tell you
sources of video, bits and pieces that are.
I can tell you it's upstanding investigative work on this. Not a lot of help for people coming up and stepping up, but I don't want to judge them. But they do.
Okay, y'all, did y'all hear that? Everybody who's been complaining about how come it was they know the list of the people there. Why they taking so slow? They asked them at the first conference, please send a video, screenshots, anything you have. Obviously they did. Okay. Then they said, please come forward, please help, please speak up. The other investigators said, hey, we know it was up to over 30 people outside at the dice game. We got some of them. We found some rest of them. But like the chief finna just said, some people are not cooperating. Let's go back.
Investigative work on this. Not a lot of help for people coming up and stepping up, but I don't want to judge them, but they do need to come in because we know who was on the scene, and we will be contacting and reaching out and finding those individuals.
Okay. They said that they're finding out, they're contacting, reaching out, and finding those individuals. So some of y'all doing the interview, Sammy, talking about you would what did she say? Oh, I would be willing to talk to the police. Call them, sweetheart. They're looking for you to step up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now, do you know that now since the DA is involved, that person has been charged? I might need to get a lawyer over here. Can't the DA then subpoena them to force them to come down to the office now? If they know that's like, oh, we was told you was a material witness. I need to get a lawyer over here. Where's Stephanie at?
This is a murder. And if you left because you were afraid or whatnot, I don't know the motivation, but you do have to come forward and give us some information. And that could come through grand jury and penal as well. So.
Was Takeoff the intended?
Okay, so I was headed in the right direction. So he said you can volunteer, come in here. So basically one of three ways. They could contact and reach out and find you. You can reach out and find them. Or the grand jury can send out a subpoena. Why did I say peanuts? To ask to get you to come up over there, okay?
Target, or was he at the wrong place?
We already, it's definitely wrong place at the wrong time. No evidence whatsoever to say anything different. Go ahead. I'll get you. I'm sorry.
Did he come peacefully? Could you tell us about apprehension?
Oh, yes, the actual arrest of him, yeah, peacefully. And I'm not bragging, but I send this message to our criminals. We don't come and get you, and we come and get you professionally, but we come in force with everything that we have. And he gave up, and I want to say thanks for that. Okay, nobody's hurt, nobody's injured. Go ahead.
Chief said, "We coming to get you. We're gonna be professional about it, but we're gonna come with the power. We coming to get you." I'm sorry. It's just the way he said it. It gets me. I'm sorry. Boy, stop. It's just the way he said it.
Him as Takeoff as a bystander. Can you say at all where he was situated in terms of where the gunman was?
No, we won't go into it, but he was actually on the scene, and we all know it. There is some video out there, but we're going to stay away from specifics right now. Go ahead.
Was Clark invited to the party? Did he know Takeoff?
We don't know. Yeah.
Was Mr. Clark, has Patrick Clark admitted to the shooting?
Not going to discuss that right now. Go ahead.
Was Mr. Clark involved in a shooting in 2018 at a?
Right. So someone asked him, did Takeoff know Mr. Clark? And so he's like, at this time, no. And then I think the question before was, they were asking, where was Takeoff situated there? And he said, oh, I'm not going to tell you the particulars. And the reason why they're doing that, remember, they haven't found everybody. And you don't want to say too much. And then the people who were there, they're influenced by what is said here. Or maybe someone will realize like, oh, I remember who was standing next to Takeoff. Let me go and contact them. And now if you're involved, you're influencing other people who are on the standby. So you want to say enough, but not a lot, you know? Well, I'm going to have to look this right up. Someone's asking, was Mr. Clark, Patrick Xavier Clark, involved in the shooting in 2018?
Club where someone was killed?
That's part of the investigation. I mean, we'll get it out to you.
Y'all remind me to look that up now. 2018, they said he was involved in the shooting that may be related. So y'all remind me.
Do these two reside in Houston?
Who? What's two? Yeah. Well, one, but one of them has a residence outside of Houston. Go ahead.
Do you expect more suspects out there?
We don't know. We're not gonna outrule anything. We're gonna go where the facts and the evidence lead. And you remember what I said: suspect are suspects, and we're gonna leave no stone unturned. And everybody, family deserve that. And I want to say this, and we're going to probably do just a few more questions, and we're going to leave. The guy work to do. Any individual that's killed in our city, it's tough, and it's tough on the family and tough on their friends. Everybody deserves an investigation, but the investigator said it. We need people to step up to do your part as a citizen. And if you see something, you need to say something. Don't let the fear paralyze you. Step up and say something, and we're all better and safer because of that. One more.
Chief, was he about to flee or leave town? Is that why you guys moved in last night? Or what can you tell us about?
I don't want to go into any details on that, but we suspect you. We'll have our eyes on you.
Can I ask you, of course, this is
Okay, remember when a lot of people were like talking about Lil Cam and Fifth Ward, and there probably were people who called the tips hotline, who called the homicide division, and like he just said, if we suspect you, yeah, we got eyes on you. So shout out to the content creators who were looking at video, who were like, oh, that's a Lil Cam right there. Because you remember, like they said, they have tons of surveillance that they were going through. Okay, they got interns over there. They have other people that they work in that office, they looking at the internet too. And guess what? Remember, we still got the Patriot Act. Okay. If they got the right judge to give a subpoena to, and they call the little federal partners like, hey, can you check this person's Twitter? Can you call up Twitter and get some information from them? All right. Can you do something? Can you look up? Can you give us these emails, they text messages? We need that. Okay. So
national, if not a worldwide story. What message do you want to send to the broader community about this case and this situation?
Well, the one message is, number one, you can't come and commit murder in this city and expect to not get caught. Quite frankly, guns will kill. And if you use a weapon in the heat of the moment or whatever the facts may be, if you fire it, you can have deadly consequences. And then someone can either be seriously wounded or someone, in this case, like Takeoff, can lose his life. And you heard the investigator say he was an innocent bystander. But regardless of whether you are an individual that's a celebrity or you're not a celebrity at all, we are going to investigate every case with the greatest degree of intensity, utilizing all available resources to find who the person was or who the persons were. The other point that I will make is that if you have 30 people that are in that setting, and one of those persons, for example, in this case, like was Takeoff, was killed, everybody else has a responsibility to contribute to finding out who did it.
y'all need to speak up.
So I don't give anybody an out. If you were there and you saw something and you know something, you don't get a pass. Everybody has to take a responsibility. And then lastly, I will simply say there are just too many.
Hey, Holmes Erica, can you send me that copy of that article through Facebook Messenger, please? You know what I think, though? Be honest with you. I wonder if the Clark dude has a beef with Lil Cam from this previous incident, and that when he saw Lil Cam, he was shooting at Lil Cam, but he hit Takeoff instead, maybe, or vice versa. That's my conjecture. That's what I feel. I'm not stating that as a fact. I'm just saying. I'm thinking out loud.
Many young men, and I'm gonna be even a little bit even more specific. There are too many young men of color who are killing other young men of color, and that has to stop. That has to stop. So this is unfortunate. You have a young man, I think they're 33 years old, is the suspect here, and Takeoff was under the age of 30. Okay, so all families are impacted in this situation. But if you commit a crime in this city, we are going to expend all available resources to find you. Okay.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Okay. All right, y'all. That was, as I said again, here is the link to the full press conference. If you need the Spanish translation, please go to the 10 minute 11 second mark. Okay. These two young men, okay, one is 33, one is 22. They're involved in the shooting Takeoff shooting. One is charged with murder, Patrick Xavier Clark, and the second one, Cameron Joshua, who is affiliated with J. Prince Jr. and Mob Ties. He was carrying a lawful carrying of a weapon because he is a felon. Okay, so I would definitely be coming back to you with updates about this case, especially about these two individuals and if they go to court and things like that. Also, there's another case that I want to talk to y'all about, and it's really giving me an eerie similarity to the Shanquella Robinson case. So can y'all hold on a minute? Okay. Thank you so much, Holmes Erica One, for sending me the article. I appreciate it. I guess I got to add you to the transcript committee. All right. This was published by the ABC, not ABC, NBC Channel 2 local news. Okay. As you can see, these are the two suspects who have been arrested and charged in the death or the murder of Takeoff on November the 1st, 2022. Okay. Everyone can see it. Y'all can hear me? Okay. Here you go. All right. So, Houston police announced Friday that charges being filed against a 33-year-old man in the murder of Migos rapper Takeoff, who was shot and killed in Houston on November the 1st. Videos that circulated online after the fatal shooting had social media users zero in on a man wearing a yellow hoodie who was allegedly seen gripping a gun when fellow Migos member Quavo was exchanging words with someone shortly before the shooting. The hashtag yellow hoodie blazed across social media, with social media sleuths suspecting that Cameron Joshua, known in the Twitterverse as Lil Cam Fifth, was the fatal trigger man. And this is Lil Cam right here on the right-hand side. They were wrong, according to police. Another man, Patrick Xavier Clark, 33, has been charged with the murder. Joshua was charged, however, with unlawful carrying of a weapon because he is a felony. So who are Clark and Joshua? According to their social media profiles, they're both involved in Houston's entertainment industry. Oh, really? According to what social media users are saying, Patrick is a well-known rapper that goes by the stage name DJ Pat. Okay, I'm sorry, I had never heard of this man. But that doesn't mean that there's 4 million people in Houston, Texas. He might be well known in some circles, okay? Those familiar with Clark were tagging at DJ Pat 713 as his Instagram and Twitter following his arrest. Oh, wow. His last tweet before his arrest was on November 29th, saying, "The ones that's supposed to be here switch up, so that's why it's new faces at the table." Huh? Okay. On his YouTube channel, oh, he got a YouTube channel? On his YouTube channel, he posted a YouTube short nearly a month ago telling it, "What's understood don't have to be said." What? See, you have to learn how to play your position or play a position. Because understand, it don't matter what position you play. If the team wins, you get a championship ring. So it might go over your head, but what's understood, Clark stated in the video. Huh? Additional information from court records said that Clark had previously been arrested in connection to another shooting at a club back in 2018. According to documents, Clark was at a club live on North Shepherd. I know where North Shepherd is, though. North Shepherd around 3 a.m. when a man was pepper sprayed by a security guard. Police say the pepper sprayed man went to his vehicle, retrieved a pistol, and shot at the guard and Clark. Both Clark and the security guard allegedly returned fire and shot the man. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Oh, my goodness. Authorities say Clark initially fled that location following the shooting, but later returned and cooperated with police. He was ultimately no-billed by a grand jury, meaning he was not charged. Okay. So that means when a case goes to the grand jury, a grand jury decides if there's enough evidence that a trial needs to happen. So in this case, they said no bill, basically probably saying, hey, self-defense. Documents released on Friday show that Clark was preparing to flee the country before he was arrested for the rapper's murder. He had an expedited passport and an itinerary for Mexico. Oh, he was trying to go to the border, y'all. And see, that's why they probably got the federal people in charge. Because they can call the State Department and Homeland Security, and they can say, "Hey, we got a possible suspect. Can you see if he got a passport or something?" And that's probably why they had to go last night and pick his ass up, because he's probably gonna go today. I'm just thinking out loud, y'all. I'm thinking out loud. Prosecutors revealed they found surveillance video and eyewitness confirming that Joshua was at the party with a gun at the time Takeoff was killed. Okay, so eyewitness did come up, and that video has been floating around on the internet. Joshua's attorney, Christopher Donning, said his client had absolutely nothing to do with Takeoff's death. Cameron Joshua did not shoot Takeoff. He wants to get out. He wants to clear his name. My understanding, it was some type of social event and some people were playing dice. Beyond that, I don't know. Downey did not say if Joshua or Takeoff had any prior relationship. Ooh. As for his criminal history, Joshua posted a $300 bond after being charged for burglary of a motor vehicle on April the 3rd, 2022. Records show he was also listed as an out-of-state fugitive on a robbery warrant in Los Angeles, California. What? Additionally, on December the 3rd, 2020, Joshua was charged with burglary of a vehicle and served 3 days in the Harris County Jail, according to records. What? Oh, my goodness. I might have to come back on tomorrow. We got to get into this. Hmm. Thank you for this great article. I'm going to put it in the chat, and I'm also going to put it in the description. Okay, thank you so much, Holmes. Erica. Whew. Okay, thank you from the newest member of the transcript committee. Holmes Erica's like, why are you trying to make me part of the transcript committee? All right. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Thank you, Miss Holmes Erica one. Y'all. Mm. He had a passport and he was ready to go to Mexico. Then he learned nothing from the shit Quilla Robinson case. Like, dude. Because this is all this would have happened if he would have went to Mexico, right? All the United States would have say, hey, look, we'll do a swap. We'll send Dejanay Jackson over there to y'all. Y'all give us back Patrick and Xavier Clark. Dude, Mexico is cooperating with the United States. Oh man, it was a bad time for him to try to go to Mexico. I wonder where he was trying to go. What town, what city? Oh, sorry. Whew. All right. Thank you so much, Lindsay, Oh Dear, V to V, The Respective Angle Show, Betty Yellick, Holmes Erica. All right. Thank you to those of you who are listening in the clouds of the bushes. Thank you to those of you who are going to watch this on the replay. Please, please, please do me a favor. I need y'all help, okay? I'm amongst a lot of other creators who are yeah, any place across the border that is reporting on this. Can you please help me? I need you to share. If you got a community wall, please share. If you have a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram, you got text message, Snapchat, please, please, please share this out because it will help with the algorithm, and then YouTube will push this out to more people, and you can help me push it out to more people who will watch, like, and subscribe. Okay. I definitely appreciate that. If you would like to support me, Let Me See the Transcript channel, because the StreamYard bills do, the Electrolytes do, okay, the Catwing bill, for the Canva and the Vista Create pictures are due. Okay, Boy Like Streets. All right, I got the car back so you can go do ride in the car with Boy. All right. So you can Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, or you just buy me a coffee, or maybe in my case, go get some tea. All right. Or you can become a member of the channel and support the channel that way. Okay. Because everything that goes into what I do here on the channel that you give me, I reinvest into the channel, the computer, everything that goes into reporting to y'all. Okay. But thank you so much for those who've been basically been rocking with me since day one, and some who joined me on this voyage of me being a content creator over here on this here YouTube streets. Okay. All right. So you all have a good rest of y'all evening. I'll probably see some of you in someone's chat. Please look at I forgot to put this in here. Okay. I'm going to put in my Takeoff updates. And I'm probably going to make some changes. I want to make sure I'm giving you as much factual information as possible. Because like I said, I've been noticing some headlines from other content creators. And some of them are some that I actually like and I really do appreciate. But then sometimes I hear them and I'm like, oh, that's not, So, but hey, everyone has a right to do with their channel as they want to. But I know for me, I want to share things that's going to help you clarify. So not make you more confused. Okay. So let me go and get my playlist. Takeoff. Where is it? Also got one for Shankola Robinson. Also got one for the Irene Cara tribute. Let me know if y'all want to do a movie night. The only thing about the movie night, I won't be able to monetize it, so I won't be able to get ads that actually go to my channel. But if y'all can help, hit us with some Cash App. I want to do Sparkle, the original Sparkle. The original Sparkle. Okay. All right. Where's my playlist? Okay. All right. Here's my Takeoff. Rest in peace. Okay. And here you go. All right. Now, boy wanted me to do all their rubbing on him while he was over here. Guess what he is now? Laid out on his side on the floor. Taking a nap. I'm going to sleep. I love my dog. I do. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.